So today is your first day at your new job or internship and you are excited, nervous, enthusiastic, everything at once. You remember all your books, concepts, formulas, and everything your teacher taught you. Still, one thing you need to get a hands on is the almighty Microsoft Excel. In this Noob to Pro episode, we will discuss selecting the data in Microsoft Excel. Using your mouse to select the data, shortcut to select the data, to use Find and Select toolbar. Hey Excel nerds, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm an Excel nerd and on this channel we explore shortcut tips and tricks and functions that help us to live efficient, relaxed, more productive professional lives. And in this video, we will discuss how to select cells, columns, rows, or any sort of data in Microsoft Excel. Even if you are working in accounting, finance, marketing, HR, or any type of operations. One common tool people use is Microsoft Excel because why not? It is best way to store the data. You can perform calculation, you can print reports easily, store data with millions of rows. But working on a computer whole day is hectic, draining, and when you don't know how to use Microsoft Excel, you will waste your full working hours on tedious, time-consuming tasks. Because selecting the data using mouse. And in case I miss some other way, please comment below. If you want to select the individual cells which are not adjacent to each other, you have to use your mouse to select the cells. For example, if I have to select B2 and G2, so first I will select B2 and press Ctrl and select G2. I have to keep pressing the Control button to select both of these cells which are not adjacent to each other. I can select cells which are adjacent to each other like this or this or this. If I select both of them, I can copy the data, highlight the data, or just delete the data. But if my cells are not in the same row or column, and if I try to copy this window will pop up, but I can still highlight it. If they're not adjacent to each other, you can use mouse to select the column. I will keep pressing Ctrl and use my mouse to select columns or rows. If it's adjacent to each other, you can use shortcut to select the columns and rows. To select the entire column, you will use Control space to select the column, and for rows, you will use Shift space to select the entire row. And after selecting the columns or rows, keep pressing the Shift key to select and to use the arrow key to navigate the other columns and rows. If you want to select a table or a block of data, you can use Ctrl A shortcut. First, place your active cell on the data and press Ctrl A. And if you want to select the entire sheet, press Ctrl A again. If my active cell is outside of the data, it will select the whole sheet. But if my active cell is on the data, and I press Ctrl A, it will select this block of data. And if I press again Ctrl A, it will select the entire sheet. If you press Home key, Excel will navigate the active cell to the column A of a particular row. But if you press Ctrl Home key, Excel will select the A1 cell. If you simply click anywhere in the data and press End key once to turn on the End mode, followed by the right arrow or down arrow to select the last cell that contains data in the row or column. Control End. Another way to use the End key is if you press Control End, Excel will select the last cell on the worksheet that contains the data or formatting. It will be at the intersection of the last row and column. If you want to select the data with a specific criteria, for example, we have a list of names. You want to select the cells containing a specific criteria. Maybe it is Harvey Specter. First, open up the Find and Replace dialog box. Write down the criteria you want in the Find Word section and click Find All. Below, the whole list will pop up. You can select the particular information you want to select, or you can select the entire list by using Shift key. After selecting the data, you can delete it, copy it, or highlight it. Select visible cells using QAT command and shortcut Alt-semicolon. If you press on the Access toolbar box and press More commands, this dialog box will pop up. In the dialog box, choose command from option, select all commands, and below search for Select Visible Cells, and then press Add. Now you can see icon If you select the data and then press this icon, you can select the only visible cells. A simpler and faster way to select the visible cell is select the data you want to select, then press Alt:, and now you can copy it, highlight it. The name box displays the current cell selected in the spreadsheet. It is located to the left of the formula bar. You can use your mouse to select the box or press Alt F3. If a name is defined for a selected cell, the name box displays the name of the cell. If you have a list of items, you can select the list just by writing the specific name in the name box. You can also access the specified name in the name manager, which is in the formula ribbon tab. There are 3 shortcuts to select the find and select toolbar. First is Ctrl G, and you can click on special and this dialog box will pop up. Second is F5. You can press special and this dialog box will pop up. Another one is Alt HDFS. When the dialog box opens, you can see multiple options. You can take the option you want to select the type of data you want. First, we will talk about comments. The first option is the comment option. This option will let you select the cell that contains comment. For example, if I put comment here and use find and select dialog box and choose a cell containing, and we'll choose the comments option and press OK. If there are multiple comments, then it will select all these comments. The formula option will let you select the cells that contain formulas. For example, if you choose the entire column and open up the dialog box and select formula option, it will select the cells that contain formula. This option has other sub options as well. I can precisely select the cells based on the sub options. For example, if I select the number option, it will only select the cells which contain number formulas, and I can do the same with other sub options. Constant option is similar to the formula option, but there's only difference is it will only select the cells which contain constant. For example, I have already copy-pasted the formula below as a value, and this time when I open up the dialog box and choose constant, it will select the constant cells. If I select this range and open up the dialog box and choose the blank option, it will select the blank cells in this range. I can highlight it, I can copy it, I can also delete this. Current region option will let you select the current region based on the active cell. For example, if I want to choose this current region, I have to select the active cell and then open up the dialog box to select the current region option, and it will select the current region. I just have to place the active cell on the region I want to select. If I select the option which is outside the current region on any particular data that I want to select, it won't select it. Current array option is similar to region option. It will let you select an entire array. The active cell is on the array. For example, if I want to select this current array, I have to select the active cell and open up the dialog box and select current array, and it will automatically select this. Or if I want to select this array, then I have to repeat those steps. There's another shortcut to select the current array, and it is press Ctrl/. Objects option will let you select the graphical objects including charts, button on the worksheet and in the text box. Let me show you. If I select the object option here and press OK, it will select this. Let me repeat this. Row difference cell will let you select all the cells that are different from the active cell in the selected row. For example, if you want to select a range, open up the dialog box and select the row differences. It will select the cells which are different from the active cell. So 11, 11. It will not select 11, but the cells which are different from 11. Column difference are similar to row difference. The column difference will select all the cells that differ from the active cells in the selected column. For example, if this is the range and 12 is the active cell on the basis of which I want to select the differ cells, I will open up this dialog box, select column differences and press OK, and it will select all those cells which are different from 12. I can do the same if I select Excel and press Ctrl space and open up the dialog box and select column differences and press OK. It will select 12. Precedent option will select the cells referred by the formula in the active cell. For example, if this range contains the cell referred to the following cell, if we choose the precedent option, it will only select these cells. Let me show you. So C3 cell is based on B3 cell. So the formula is B3 plus 1. And similarly, formula in B3, E3, F3 and G3 are same. So if I select this range, press precedents and press OK, it will select only these formula because this cell is not dependent on any, because any cells is not dependent on this cell, but these cells have a precedence. And there are two sub options in this, direct only and all levels. If you click direct only to find cells that are directly referred by the formula, and in all levels to find all the cells directly or indirectly referred by the cells in the selection. The dependent option will select the cells with formula that refer to the active cell. So if I again open up the dialog box and select dependents and press OK, it will select these cells because this cell is a constant and it is not dependent on any cell. The last cell option will select the last cell of the worksheet containing the data or formatting. The visible cells option will select only cells visible in the range that crosses hidden columns or rows. For example, conditional formatting will select only cells with the conditional formats applied. So if I open up the dialog box and select conditional formatting and press OK, it will select this cell. There are two options in the conditional formatting. First is all and same. We choose all to find all the cells which has conditional formatting applied, irrespective of type of conditional format. And if you press same, it will find all cells with the same conditional formatting as the selected cell. So for example, if I copy this and paste it here, the conditional formatting here are same, but the conditions are different. So for example, here the condition is E2, E8 and here it is B2, B8. So if I place my active cell here and open up the dialog box and select conditional formatting and same and press OK, it will select only this because this conditional formatting is different from this conditional formatting. And another example, if I applied different conditional formatting here, open up the dialog box again and press same and click OK, it will only select this. The data validation option will select the only cells with the data validation rules applied. For example, so now if I open up the dialog box and select data validation or press V, and it will select only this cell. And if I drag down the data validation option to other cells and open up the dialog box again and select data validation, press OK, it will select the range where there are data validation. And similar to conditional formatting, there are two options, all and same. So similar to conditional formatting option, the all option will select all the cells which has data validation, and the same option will find the cells that has same data validation as the currently selected cells. If you want to be more productive in your professional life and save some pressure hours, follow this channel for more video like this and watch this video to learn more about Microsoft Excel.